Wow, I'm live. Trying this Facebook Live thing again. Happy TGIF Good Friday. Thanks for the reminders because I forgot that it was Easter weekend. I think I'm live. Yeah, it says I'm live. So, just so everyone knows, Troy is healing very well from his major surgery, and he's been doing a lot of resting because we're now getting ready for, I don't even know what phase it is. I don't know if phase 1 is preparing for this, and then phase 2 is the surgery, and then phase 3 is healing from surgery. I keep calling this, we're getting ready for phase 2 because we're getting ready for radiation. So today we're going up to Brigham and Women's. Hi, Gert. Morning. Happy Good Friday. We're getting ready to go to Brigham and Women's. They're going to do some mapping on Troy. Mapping is they're basically going to map out where they're going to do the radiation, and then radiation will start in another week. So that's why I say we're getting ready for phase 2. Troy literally has just been resting, trying to rebuild his strength and heal from the surgery. I know there's a couple of people that I know that are getting ready to go through some of their treatments, and they keep wondering how we're doing, and it is a journey. It is tough. We've had our good days, we've had our bad days, but overall we're still here and we're still trying to remain positive. So we want to thank everybody for all your support and your love, and to continue sending it this way. I've asked some of the doctors, what is the healing process for a laryngectomy? I always pronounce it wrong. Some say it's a year, some say it's 2 years. Overall, it's a huge change in your body. So, hi, Marcia. Hi, Aunt Marcia. So right now we are, again, trying to feed Troy, put more weight on him before he starts his radiation treatments. His radiation treatments will be up in Boston between Dana-Farber and between Brigham and Women's Hospital. We'll find out more about it when we go today. As far as chemo is not out of the question, but with radiation, they have to target the part that where they took the tumor out. So they have to make sure that there's no cancer or kill cancer that could have been forming where they took the tumor out. And when they, I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. Troy, because he was a stage 4 throat cancer, he's at a high risk of the cancer returning. And when they took out the tumor, it had broken his voice box. That's why they took it out too. There's a thyroid cartilage that sits on top of your thyroid. The tumor was 5 milliliters from the thyroid. So during treatment, they're telling him that there's a possibility he can lose his thyroid as well. However, they did say there's a pill that he could take for that. So while he goes through treatment, we're just going to have to watch for side effects. Again, pretty healthy guy. I have no doubt in my mind that he is going to get his stamina back once we're done with all of this. But I call this stage 2. I really do. I call it stage 2 because we have to rest to get up our energy to now get through the next 6 weeks, 5 days a week of treatment. So that's pretty much where we are in this journey. His spirits have been up. He's positive. Yeah, it sucks that, he can't talk right now, but we're getting through that too. And I just want to make sure that he's okay, you know. But other than that, I mean, the sun is shining. We're enjoying our time together, even if I'm sleeping most of it now. I can tell you this drains you emotionally, physically, and mentally. It completely drains you. So, hey, Lily. Hi, Kim. Kim, we did go shopping at Walmart because we wanted to get some food. I wanted to get some stuff that Troy likes, and you know, we try going out, but it doesn't last very long. And he ran into Mike, and I was at the register waiting to pay and put all the food up on the machine, and he ran into Mike at Walmart, and Mike was trying to talk to him. I don't know what was said. I don't know how they communicated, but I just know that he came back and he said he ran into Jen's cousin, Mike. But he wants to make sure that he has some hope too, that, you know, don't worry, you know, he's a fighter too, and he'll get through it. And Mike can reach out to Troy at any time. One of the things I can tell you is that if you can find the text-to-speech app, that will help for him to communicate. Writing, he's got the writing board, but sometimes that's a little hard for him because it takes a while, but he really likes the text-to-speech app. That way he can kind of communicate what he likes and what he doesn't like. And I was trying to tell people this is kind of really all trial and error right now because his body is healing, and this is a whole new lifestyle change for him. But he's just got like really, really good spirits. He's like, I'm here. They got the tumor. That's all that matters. And there's a lot of support and a lot of love. And honestly, that helps in so many ways. It really, really does. I'm blanking out. Oh, I don't know if I paid my Verizon wireless bill and my internet, so I shouldn't be blacking out that much. So you think you got most of it. I'm not really sure what part you missed. And if you're all laughing at that. So today we're going to have fun going up to Boston. And sometimes we can get on here because, you know, we have the energy to get on here and talk. Other days we need to rest. It does take a lot out of us, you know. So it's, you know, I mean, I'm here to answer any questions anybody has. If they want to say anything, if they're curious about something, more than happy to answer any questions. I know every journey is different. You think it's your terrible service? I won't worry, Marsha. I won't worry. I'll try to save this. Again, this is Facebook Live. I'm not used to doing Facebook Live. I'm used to doing live on Instagram or on YouTube, you know, but most of our support comes from our Facebook family and our local family. So I wanted to make sure I got out and gave you some information. I will update the GoFundMe so that everyone is aware of what's going on. I just honestly have not taken the time to get on the computer to do that. No, it's okay. Yeah, you want to know what's weird is every year around this time we go away with our kids, and this year we were supposed to go on a cruise, and so obviously we had to cancel that. Going on a cruise has always been on my bucket list. It's not been on Troy's, but it's always been on my bucket list, and we were going to go with the family. But when Troy came down with this diagnosis, we obviously canceled it. And now he's at a point where he's like, well, I'm never going to go on a boat. And I'm like, you can't say that, you know. But I understand where he's coming from, because he doesn't want to put himself in a position where he won't be able to save himself, you know. But we'll just do some more research on that, and hopefully over time, traveling we'll be able to do that. But as of right now, we're just kind of staying at home. One of our goals is to get out and walk a little bit more, even with the dog. We haven't done that yet, which is pretty strange for us because he likes to walk. He loves to walk. And even like we want to try some trails that we can walk, but right now we haven't done that. We'll see how the weather is for the next week and see if we could try a walk. But also during radiation, I don't know how he's going to feel. Again, I just want to kind of get through the next 6 weeks, and you know, hopefully by the summer we can look back and say, man, look how far you've come, look how well you did a great job, you're awesome, you're a true champion, a true warrior, I love you so much. And from here on out, we're just gonna keep moving forward and try different things just to see what he can and can't do. Will he be at home for radiation? Radiation is going to be up in Boston between Dana-Farber and Brigham and Women's. It's going to be Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. So we're going to drive up there. He's going to have his treatment, and then we're going to drive home. Towards the end of the treatments, and again, it varies person to person. Towards the end, they say it gets harder because then his neck will swell up and he might have to have a feeding tube again, which he absolutely hates. But that's just so that he keeps his nutrients in. I know, he is a true champion and warrior. I watch him every day and I'm like, oh, man, I try to put myself in his shoes, and like, I really don't know how he does it. Like, he is just so awesome. He really is. Like, I as a human being am like, I would be so frustrated. I'd like throw in the towel. I would be like, I'm done, you know. But I get that from my dad, you know. My mom's always been the strong one. Yeah, so as far as radiation, we're just gonna have to take it day by day. And again, like I said, this is an emotional, mental, and physical journey. I'm just the caregiver and the wife, and I'm watching him go through it. And his mentality is, this is what it is, this is the path I was given, and God's with me, my mom's with me. So he's in really good spirits, and he knows that he'll get through it. He knows that it's going to be a rocky road as we go through it, but overall, I'm telling you, man, he's going to pull through this all the way. And he wants others to also know who are going through this, that they'll go through it too, you know, and they'll get through it. And there's going to be a lot of love and support, and your ancestors are going to be with you, and you just got to say, listen, this is what it is. In order for me to be cancer free, this is what they have to do. You know, if I have to learn this, I have to learn this. I'm not saying that it's not hard, because it's extremely hard. It's extremely, extremely, extremely hard. But he does it every day, and I'm extremely proud of him. You already had your respect. Now he has more. Love you too. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get mad. I'm amazed that I haven't literally taken all the dishes out of the cupboard and thrown them across the floor. Sometimes when you're aggravated, you're just like, take those dishes and throw them across the floor. But what's that gonna do? That's what he'd say to me. What's that gonna do? Now you have to pick up all those dishes that you smashed, and that's gonna piss you off even more, because now you have to clean up your mess, and then you have to go waste money and buy more dishes. That's his mentality to me. Hey, Storm. So, I don't know. Again, any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. We just kind of take it day by day and keep talking. He's getting ready. Because it's Good Friday and I don't know what the traffic is going to be like. Love you too. We love you too. We love you too. We're so glad that the sun is shining and that we're all still here, you know. Can't take anything for granted. Even the smallest thing you can't take for granted. You really can't. You can bitch and you can complain about it, but then when it's truly taken from you, you then sit there and say, why did I complain about that? That was so small. Like, why did I complain about that? You know? You just can't take things for granted. You got to be grateful. You know, we did prayer with Uncle Wallace yesterday morning, which was great. It's almost like God, he can totally feel us or hear us or something, unless Gertrude called him and told him to call us. But we had a bad night the other night, and he was up every half hour, and it was like I felt so bad, and we were just like telling Uncle Wallace, oh my God, we had such a tough night. But then Uncle Wallace did prayer for us, and we felt better. Troy reads all of your messages, whether you're messaging us on Messenger, DM, on the screen, anytime we post and someone writes something. If you text message me or text message his sister, his daughter, or himself, he can still do text. He is reading all of that. And he'll shake his head and he'll put a thumbs up. So anytime I respond to someone, I try to respond in the way that I know Troy is talking, because he's giving me the thumbs up or he's telling me what to say. So please know that he is reading it and he truly appreciates it. You wish you could have coffee with me every morning to start my day with my positivity. Shannon, I'm not all smiles and giggles. Sometimes I get up and I'm like wiping the crust out of my eyes and my allergies are killing me and I'm trying to get the coffee brewing and I trip over something. I don't know. We have to be positive, and I can tell you right now, I'm not drunk. I honestly have only had 2 drinks since my husband went in for surgery. I had one with my daughter Alicia when we went for dinner with her and Gertrude, and then I had 1 drink with my 2 sister-in-laws, Gertrude and Marianne. Those were the only 2 times I had a drink. Gert can verify for that too. I figured I'd drink a lot more. I figured when I got home I would drink, but I just haven't. I feel like I need to keep my energy up. I am due for a drink though, I can tell you that. I'm due for a drink. Maybe this weekend. It just depends on what goes on. Other than that, some days I can be negative, but overall, why would I want to put my negativity on you people? Hi, Mike. Hi, Mark. I'm like looking because it says Mark, but I wasn't sure if it was Big Mark or Petey. So, yeah, can have coffee with me anytime. I haven't done my sip and thinks in a while. My sip and thinks are, I gotta really sit and think and sip and think about what I want to talk about, which could be just about anything. But right now I'm just kind of focused on helping my husband. Drink water like you. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of coffee too. Now, I only have like 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and every now and then I'll drink some soda, but I'll drink juice before I'll drink soda. But we have a water filter. Oh my God, let me tell you this story. Guys, you're gonna appreciate this. So my husband gets discharged, and they say that he needs to use sterile water to clean his tube. Now, over time, he won't need sterile water to clean the tube. It's just right now, the tube, and just so you know, the tube goes in the hole that's in his neck. So with the sterile water, when he cleans the tube and puts it into the stoma, into the hole, it's so that he doesn't get an infection, right? So we have been on a mission to find sterile water. I don't know what it is, but for some reason we can't get sterile water. We brought home some sterile water from the hospital. Then we have the visiting nurse. She got us some sterile water because we couldn't get any sterile water at the pharmacy. So we go to the pharmacy. We're like, listen, we need some sterile water. Obviously, my husband, like, you know, is cut from here to here. He's got a fucking stoma in his neck. And we're like, we need sterile water. They're like, oh, we can't get you any sterile water without a prescription. So we're like, okay. So now my husband's like, what the fuck? Like, I need sterile water. Like, I'm not gonna wash this out and put it back into my stoma and then get an infection. Like, are you kidding me? So I called the visiting nurse. I reached out to the doctors. Finally, we went to his primary care, which, by the way, his primary care is out on maternity leave. So we ended up seeing the director of, the medical director as the doctor. And we're telling him, listen, we need a prescription for sterile water because the pharmacy won't give us sterile water. He's like, yeah, you can buy sterile water over the counter, but the pharmacy can't give it to you without a prescription. Now, does that make sense? Honestly, it doesn't. So we get a prescription. We go to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy says, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any sterile water in stock, and our supply chain will not provide us any more sterile water. We're not allowed to order it. So now we're back with the visiting nurse, and we're like, this is ridiculous. Like, he needs the sterile water so that he doesn't get an infection. So you're telling me as a pharmacy that because I get a prescription, you can't fulfill that prescription because you want him to get an infection? I mean, this is the things that I'm thinking of. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Anyways, we're going to go back up to the hospital today. I've got my prescription. I'm going to ask and see if we can get some more sterile water, at least until he heals. You know, after he heals, it's fine. You know, and then we asked him, yes, we can boil water, but it's like, oh my God, like, this is what you do to, like, try to make sure someone gets healed and doesn't get infections. But if I'm in the mind of a pharmacy, well, I want you to have an infection, that way you keep coming back. No, dude, no. Put your money, time, research, and energy somewhere else. You want people to heal. You want them to not get infected. But that's a money game for you. You know, I don't know. That's what I talk about on Sipping Things. I don't know if that's my brother-in-law that's home or if someone's in the driveway. I hear people. Hi! Oh! What, honey?
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. We're getting ready to leave in an hour.
Yeah, no, I'm just blowing out from the house and working my way out.
I'm on live. Our nephews are here. Our nephews are here. They're going to help work on the yard. Jenny, I saw it's Milk and Rel and no. Oh, jeez, he's already started. Jeez Louise. So they're gonna work on the yard while we go up to Brigham and Women's. I'm probably gonna have to get off of this because I've been chit-chatting away and you might not even hear me because the nephews are here to work on the yard because they love their uncle so much. Can you hear it? Have a good day, everybody. Thank you so much. Reach out anytime. I'll try to get back on here and answer any questions you have. Can't think of the name of the company, but they used to deliver. His daughter Alicia went online, was able to order some, so we're waiting for that to arrive today. So again, like I said, we're gonna grab some from the hospital and hopefully the package arrives today and we'll have some sterile water. That's our dilemma, sterile water. We just want him to heal so we can go into what I call phase 2. All right, thank you everybody. Have a good day.